Alright guys, welcome. How's it going? So 2021 has just rolled by and we are on the first 2 weeks of the year. So the question now is, are you crushing it? So this year I want you guys to do something entirely different. Instead of focusing on the external things that you guys try to accomplish, why not make this year about yourself? Why not focus on yourself, focus on your growth, focus on your health, focus on your fitness, because the best investment that you can do is in yourself. If there's one thing I have learned from one of the best, if not the best investor of all time, which is Warren Buffett, is that the best investment that you can do is always in yourself. You only have one mind, you only have one body, you only have one life. Why not make the best out of it? If you're not really living your life to the fullest of its capabilities, to the best of the best that you can ever do for yourself, then I have to say that you are not really living. You are just existing. Existing means just being part of the average, having average goals, having the same type of journey that everybody else has, and basically just like settling for what life has to give you instead of going out there pursuing the things that you truly wanted to pursue, your dreams, your goals, your passions, and all of that. If you truly wanted to be remarkable, live life to its fullest potentials, living your life in freedom, happiness, and success, then the best investment is in yourself.
I'm David Francis. I'm the High Value Man.
So if there's a saying from one of my favorite movies, Braveheart by Mel Gibson, really great movie by the way. One of the best sayings that I heard from that movie is that every man dies, but not every man truly lives. And for me personally, that has quite a very huge impact. So by existing, living in this world and doing what everybody does, working paycheck to paycheck, paying the bills, waiting for like another 3 years for like your next vacation, partying on the weekends. Sadly, that is not living. That is just existing. You're not living life on your own terms. You are living life under somebody else's terms. When somebody tells you when you can go for a vacation, when you can, take a day off and all that, that is not exactly the kind of life you wanted to live. That's not the life I know I wanted to live. So what does the average people do? They work on their average 9 to 5 jobs. They come home every day complaining about how tiring it is, turning on the Netflix, playing on video games, and then they wait again to party on the weekends, be with their friends, start drinking, spending a lot of money instead of actually working on themselves, which is the best investment that you can ever do, especially if you're a young person right now. Let's say you're in your 20s. Investing in yourself instead of going out there and quote unquote living life, YOLO and all that, that is the best thing that you can absolutely do for yourself. So remember, we are in this world actually for a very short nugget amount of time. When I say time is short, eventually one day you just wake up and thinking that those memories that you had when you were 15, 18, 20, 21, 30, or even in your 40s, suddenly it all feels like it's a memory. That's how fast time is. Like last year, 2020, everybody went into lockdown, and I can't believe it's already been like a year after that. So when everybody was in lockdown and in quarantine, they say if you leave the quarantine fat, not having started a side hustle, never really learned a lot of things, it's not that you don't have the time. It's just you are lazy and you don't have the discipline. And imagine one day, you are already, let's say in your late 50s or your late 60s, and you will eventually look back and ask yourself if you truly lived your life when you were young, or are you currently living in regret? Regret is one of the worst things that can ever happen to you. If you never really tried pursuing anything of significance, pursuing anything that you truly wanted to pursue, then sad to say that one day you may die with regret. So do not let your pride or your ego get in the way. If you know that you are not happy right now doing what you do, first thing is you have to admit it for yourself. If you are constantly broke, constantly wishing for a better or a higher standards of living, wishing for a better life, admit it to yourself, then start working your way towards those things. So when I say why the best investment that you can do is always in yourself, it does not just apply to, your health or your fitness, your finance. It actually applies to like all areas of your life. Your communication skills, your relationship with people, your skills when it comes to making money, your skills dealing with people, your skills and your abilities to form relationships with other people, developing your friendships. Through investing in yourself, you can significantly improve in all those areas of your life. If you follow what the average do of just going to school, getting good grades, getting a job, paying off debt, getting married, get a house, then more likely is you're not living life in your own terms. Because that's what everybody does. They just have average goals and average dreams. And most people live their lives like that. And to be honest with you, there is a difference between living your life in freedom, being truly successful and being truly happy, than just living a life of security and stability. And if you never take the time to invest in yourself, then you are just going to be part of the average, having a long, dull, and uninteresting life. And the harsh truth is, not everybody is going to be in the top 1%. Because there are people out there who are content settling for living their life just the way it is, waiting for a handout, waiting for a paycheck, being able to settle for that quote unquote stability and security. That is what the society tries to sell you, stability and security. But is it really though? So with the pandemic that has been going on and going on still, a lot of people actually did lose their jobs, and they have to rely on the government or they have to rely on their savings to be able to survive. The rich are getting richer, the poor are getting poorer. A lot of people turned into gambling. A lot of people started to learn only last year how to trade, how to deal with stocks and investments. And sad to say, I am actually one of those persons. This is why I am thankful for the pandemic, because with this thing going on around, it kind of forced me to change my life for the better. And I wanted you guys to do the same. Because the beauty of investing in yourself is you can eventually build your skills, build up your psyche, your mental health, and you will learn a lot of things. You will learn a lot of things from books, from podcasts, from successful people. And you can implement those in your daily lives. If you invest in yourself instead of focusing your energies elsewhere, like going out and partying and all of that, you will see that you will drastically change. Not even in like a year or two, but in like 6 months. Just try to focus on yourself on the first 6 months of this year. Try to invest in yourself, in your skills, in your hobbies, and something that you are passionate about, growing as much as you can as a person and as a better human being. So invest in your health, go to the gym, get as fit as you can, because a healthier body leads to a healthier mind. If you have a body that's like full of energy, I'm 100% sure that the way you think will be entirely different than comparing to having a lazy body, a fat body that is like extremely unhealthy. And by consistently working on your body, you're also developing the habit of discipline. And it also gives you confidence once you have achieved those goals, once you have lost weight, and once you have reached a level of fitness that you have never achieved before. It will give you even more motivation. And these are the things that goes on with you for the rest of your life. Once you develop these habits, you set up higher standards for yourself. And it all starts from that one decision that you made to improve yourself, invest in yourself, and living life to the best that you can possibly could. If you do not invest your time in doing something that is making you more creative, more wealthy, and more healthy and fit, then you are just like wasting your time. Wasting your time, watching Netflix after works instead of reading books, wasting your time playing video games instead of going to the gym, wasting your time partying and having a quote unquote a great time when you're young instead of building something that will develop you or benefit you in the long term or in the long run, like starting your own business. So the best thing about living in today's world, in today's digital age, is that you can actually learn almost anything. Everything is on the internet right now. Simple things like YouTube, they have tutorials. If you're interested in DIY, pottery, flower making, or they even have like videos for blacksmithing out there where there's actually a bunch of guys that create this replica weapons and then they sell it for a profit. That's what they love doing. If you actually develop your skills, writing, speaking, developing a vlog, teaching people certain skills that you know, things that you are actually passionate about. You can go to sites like Fiverr, offer your services there, you can design logos for businesses, you can create videos for other people. That is what I call a side hustle. And by doing that, not only you're having a second source of income, and that is that one day you will be able to live life in your own terms. You don't have a boss, you work whenever you want, you're making a decent amount of money, pays the bills and everything. That's already good enough. So if you spend your 20s constantly investing in yourself, working on yourself, then by the time you're in your 30s, you're actually living a much more happier and a much more greater life. So if you spend your life in your 20s constantly working on yourself, developing yourself, increasing your skills, you eventually have a lot of value to offer the world. By the time when you're in your 30s, you're living life healthy, happy, wealthy, and hopefully living in freedom every single day. For a man, remember that in your early 20s, you have nothing to offer the world. You're freshly out of college, you have not a lot of wealth or something to be able to provide. So why not use that time instead of partying, chasing women, to constantly grow and constantly focus on your growth and invest in yourself. And if you do, it will pay you 100%, definitely in the long term. If it's worth the suffering to achieve those goals, then go ahead and do it. If you would rather work for someone for minimum wage, keep complaining, keep being broke, saying that you're tired and you're not happy, then go ahead and just do that. Not everybody can be in the top 1%. The question is, if you are willing to work for it, willing to work extremely hard for those dreams, is it worth the suffering? Honestly, yes. If I can go back in my early 20s, I would do those things. So if you aspire to be great, do what the rest of the people won't do. So do what others won't so you can do what others can't. If there's one thing from Steve Jobs, is that stay hungry and stay foolish. So that is it for today, guys. If you like this content, please hit the subscribe button, comment, or whatever. This channel is going to be growing. Right now, I'm dedicated to upload videos every other day for you guys because personally, it's not just you guys I wanted to grow. I wanted to change my life, invest in myself, and grow. And I wanted to grow together with you guys, motivating you and inspiring you. So that is it. This is your boy Dave. Thank you so much. High value, man. Peace out. I love you guys.